What's good, my Zesty Lemons? It is Lee, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. I'm in my room because my kids keep going back and forth while I'm trying to do stuff, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go in my room, and I'm going to get some peace and quiet one way or another. Okay, so I'm going to start with the heaviest reading first, and then work my way to the more uplifting energies. Because Amber Heard, honestly, yeah, I never expected to do another reading on her, but here we are. So this is by request, and so she's just wanting to know how she's feeling about the legalities. I'm gonna be honest with you. You said a lot, and I didn't read none of that. The only reason why I didn't, well, there's two reasons. One, because I still have trouble reading. So, yeah, that was hard. And two, when I do readings, I don't like a lot of details because that makes me feel like I'm cheating. You know what I mean? So, I don't want, and this is for anyone else, like if you ask for a reading, just ask for the question. Don't give me any details because I feel like that's cheating. You know, a lot of readers get a bad rap because you have those that kind of feed, you know, they ask you questions to try to get you to tell them, and then they try to flip it back like, oh, I knew this. I don't want y'all to think that's the type of person that I am. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a generalized reading on how she's feeling at this current moment, and whatever comes out about her. If anything that you may have said comes out, okay, we're going to take that for what it is. So we just going to leave it at that. So we're going to start with the divine, it's right here, this booklet, the Divine Energy Oracle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shuffle the cards, and we're just going to see what the universe has to say. Sweet universe, thank you for this opportunity to read once again for my viewers, and I pray that my readings are concise and accurate. Get into it and see what we can get. Alrighty. I hope that y'all are doing okay. Better than okay. I hope y'all are doing great. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, and thank you again for watching my channel. I really appreciate you. So it's between this one and this one. I feel it right here. Okay. Also, like I said in the text, I've already done a reading back in April of 2022, right before she took the stand. So if you're interested in watching that video, I feel like a lot of your questions will be answered there. I know you're wanting to know about, I mean, you said, from what I could glance at, you said a lot of things that I've already covered. Except for some of the names mentioned. I kind of left some of that stuff out because if everyone was watching, they already knew what was being said. So, yeah. Okay, so the first card we have is Go for Your Dreams. And I feel that this is currently what is on her mind. She wants to get back out there in the industry. Focus on success. So yeah, she wants to continue you know, to create a name for herself. Choose friends wisely. Yeah, well, see, the thing is about that, and I'm going to try to be as, it's going to be hard considering that, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, I don't care for her energy at all. That's why I said that we're going to start from the lowest vibration and move our way up so I can just get this reading done and over with. Because I don't know. A lot of the individuals that she were, the ones that considered her friends, from what I can remember, they don't want anything to do with her. You know, they all got caught up in lying on Johnny. Now, let me also say this. Is this saying that he was absolutely innocent? No. You can say that in some regards he was verbally abusive, but everything else that she's done to him, and like you had mentioned, yes, I'm aware of him cutting, or her, you know, cutting his finger off and pooping on his freaking bed. Like, who does? Okay, let me calm down. And then it says, shine your light. So, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, this is definitely what she is hoping to accomplish. Based off of this, I don't think that she learned anything. Yeah, she might look a certain type of way, but honestly, let me just keep on going. I'm going to give you what you want. Alright. So, universe, can you tell me why you chose these cards? One more time, please. Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I do not like her at all. And you know, it has nothing to do with Johnny. It's just the fact that she thought that whole situation was a game. It was it was fun to her. She could have cared less if Johnny's name was forever tarnished. She's just as bad as any other masculine energy out here abusing women. She's the same. Alright, so we have the Lover's card here. We have the Three of Wands here. And we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so with the Lover's card, I do feel like, yeah, this is a choice that she's wanting to do. She's wanting to get back out there, and she's wanting to make a name for herself in some form or fashion. Okay, so focusing on success, the Three of, not Swords, but the Three of Wands is kind of just waiting. And it's interesting because it's like she's looking at the location, and she's like, here I am. But the thing is because it's, how can I put it? I don't think that she's going to get the energy that she's expecting to get, if I'm being honest with you. Now, I know that you wanted to focus on the legalities of the whole situation, and we're going to get there. But I wanted to know about the generalized part. So, the Eight of Swords here would choose your friends wisely. She's put her own self in a box. She isolated herself, and she is paranoid. So it's definitely going to be hard for her, especially with what has came out about her. I think it's going to be very hard for her to really step out of her comfort zone and really trust anybody. And then shine your light, the bottom of the deck for that, we have the Three of Swords. And it's interesting, as I said, the Three of Swords, and here it is. Yeah, honestly, I just think that she's devastated all the way around. You know, in her mind, she will continue to say that she feels like this was a mistrial. She feels betrayed by everybody. And even though she's the one that caused the damage, honestly, she's tremendously... She's angry at the fact that she finally got caught. Now, when you're dealing with a narcissist and you expose them for the narcissist that they are, the only way that they'll be able to get away with it is if they if they corner you. But considering the fact that it was publicized, she can't get out of this. Now, let's look at the legality part of it. How is she feeling about the legal matters that she is currently facing at this time? I was proud of that reading too. It took me by surprise because I remember being scared of taking a shot on that reading, because God kept saying, do a reading on that, do a reading on that. And I was just like, oh no, I'm scared. And he's like, do a reading on it. So I did it afraid. And I wanted, he kept urging for me to do this reading before she took the stand. So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead, and just from the energies of it, I was just like, okay. But when I got that reading out, I was like, oh my gosh. And I mean, verbatim, it talked about how she looked, the things that she was going to be saying. It was crazy. It was crazy. I hate that did not get enough views. So if you're watching this and you're curious about that reading, it's down, because that was in 2022. Go on ahead and watch that video. It's yeah, it was crazy. All right. So, sorry. And make sure these are properly where they're supposed to be. Okay. Sometimes I have them upside down, so that's why I do that. For those, oh, you're cheating. No, I'm not. Okay. So, we have the Seven of Swords here. Okay, so, with this energy, how is she feeling? Well, I could see this in two ways. One, she feels as though, once again, she feels that, well, I don't know if this is a new case, but I will say that she definitely feels that everyone else is in the wrong, but her. And the thing is, I don't know if anyone was accusing her of anything. Because like I said, this is new. I haven't heard anything about Amber since that whole trial began. So if you're talking about that trial, then yeah, she still in her mind believes that they manipulated the situation in Johnny's favor, and that was not the case. There was way too much evidence that discredited all of her claims of SA and actual physical violence. But if this is something new, I still feel that it is the same thing. She feels that they're trying to backstab her. And I don't know if she's trying to use the case, saying like, oh, you guys are just wanting to make these false claims on me because of the publicized court hearing. So now you guys think that you're comfortable, or that it's okay for y'all to just put all these blatant lies on me. That's kind of the vibes that I'm getting here, if that is dealing with another case. We have the Emperor here. So the thing is, when I see the Emperor, I see law. You know, she has a problem with the judge. Okay? And regardless of what she says, the hearing still stay, or not, the hearing still stands. Well, yeah, because I don't know if she's trying to get out of a new hearing, or if she's trying to, you know, focus all of her attention on the previous hearing. But basically the judge said what she said. And any other judge out there, they said what they said. And I think that she has a hard time of dealing with such a thing. Okay? Let's see what's going on. So we have the Six of Swords here, and this was her escaping and trying to start a new life. I feel that the swords in this situation is because swords can represent thoughts and words. So I think that people, she couldn't live a peaceful life around here. She pissed off a lot of people. She did. Hold on, let me take a drink. She pissed off a lot of people. Especially with the whole, I mean, one, you're making a mockery of women and men that have experienced traumatic situations such as DV. Two, you tried to bury a man and get away with it. Three, you tried to lie and say that you took the money that Johnny was giving you, or that somebody had gave you, and you actually donated. You didn't donate nothing. She didn't donate anything. She pledged. And I believe I said something about that in that reading as well. But there was going to be an issue with that, and it was. It was a big time issue. So, with the Page of Wands, this could represent a message. I don't know if this is pertaining to her child. Because, I mean, a page is, it could be a child. But I'm wondering, because the page represents a message, and wands could signify motivation, forward movement. I'm wondering if they're calling her forth. You see what I'm saying? Because you have the Emperor here, which, you know, could symbolize a judge, someone who's a ruler. So I'm wondering if she received a subpoena. I know you may have said so in your comments, but I did not want to read that because, like I said, one, I have a hard time reading because of my, you know, residual effects of having a stroke, and two, I don't want to feel like I'm cheating. That's not fair. So I feel like she's being called back. There's a possibility that she's being called back, or, you know, that's probably what you're saying. Like, she's being called back to handle some things, and she's just not trying to do it. So let's go ahead and see what else we can get. Hold on, I want to see if I can get my charger to work because my battery is draining relatively fast, and I don't know why. What is this? This is okay. So this should work because I know the fan works. So I don't understand why. I be going through it, y'all. I swear I do. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this to work properly. Nope, it is not working. Oh, goodness. Hold on, we're going to figure this out. Say this should be on. What about you? Are you going to work right here? Sorry, y'all. Okay, let me pause this video real quick so I can see why my battery is not working the way that it needs to. I will be right back. Don't worry, the reading is going to stay put, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So, I don't know what was going on. My battery was being drained and I needed to charge it, but it was acting like it didn't want to charge. So anyways, we were going to start with, we're going to get some more details about this possible court hearing, okay? And just so you know that everything is still the same, I still have the Page of Wands right here. We've got the Seven of Swords right here. So just so y'all know. Alright, so let me go back to what I was trying to do. So universe, can you give me some more insight as to what is going on and what are the details of Amber Heard's legal issues at this time? Why is she being called to trial? What's going on? Put that back. I want to keep it. Two more times, please. One more time, please. All right. I feel it very strong in the middle. Okay. So, first card out, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so it says, don't you see how, okay, don't you see how your passion makes you glow? But we're going to ignore the captions here, and we're just going to look at it for what it is. So there is something that she has. I don't know if she was trying to start a business or if this is involving a business matter. But something was presented to her. Let's see. And then we have the World card. And see, in that challenge, I kind of feel like it was something that was incomplete. So I'm wondering if this does have something to do with the charities. The Six of Cups. Because whenever I see the Six of Cups, traditionally it's someone that is, and usually it's your inner child, but on the outside it's another person giving this child something. So I'm kind of wondering if it has something to do with the charities that she pledged and she never did anything about it. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's the Six of Pentacles right there. So she, because it says every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. And she never did. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on. They're coming for her because she made that pledge and she never did it. Now, I know you asked whether or not she was going to have the intentions of paying Johnny Depp all that money. I know from what I understand, Johnny wasn't even focused on the money. He's like, it's not about the monetary game. I just want to clear my name and let y'all know that I did not do those things that she claimed that I did. I might have been talking shit. I might have called her some mean names. I might have wrote a letter to Elon Musk saying some hateful things, but people got to understand he was married to that girl, okay? And she was doing some trifling ass shit. We're not going to sit here and act like being cussed out is the worst thing that a person could ever do unless you're that sensitive. And honestly, the world is that sensitive anymore. But no, absolutely not. Her and her friends were up in this man's house, trashing it, being hella disrespectful, having orgies and things up. Don't get me started. Alright, so can I have some more insight on this, please? If it has anything to do with like her actual career, because I think that she was, even though there was rumors about her being removed from Aquaman, was that it? But she was still in it, wasn't she? But I don't know if she's trying, you know what I'm saying, like trying to countersue because of lack of funding and things like that. But I'm just gonna be frank here, okay? God don't like ugly, and he don't like cute either, okay? You tried to destroy a man's reputation knowing good and damn well that half of that stuff was what you have done. That is a trifling individual. So, woe is me is not going to work over here. Now she's got a taste of her own medicine. She was trying to bury Johnny, and now look at where she at. That's karma, baby. That's what that is. I'm not mad at you. It's just the passion in me, because I'm just like, what? Like, I'm trying. I'm trying so hard to sympathize, but I cannot. You know, because I have experienced individuals like this. I've seen friends experience energies like this, and they get away with that nonsense every freaking time. So, I don't care about her woe is me act. I'm going to tell you straight up, I do not care. But I'm just reading what the cards are saying, and that's all I can do. I can just deliver the message. So I look at this with the the 10 of Swords here. Because 10s represent ends, she feels like she was stabbed in the back. Or I could say that her lies caught up with her. We have the 9 of Pentacles. And the challenge now is being able to live off of the luxuries that she was hoping to accomplish. And let's not forget that Johnny was not her only victim. She was, I believe she was either married to, well, there was 2 women that she was with. And she treated them like shit too. Anyways, but she was hoping that she was going to be able to finesse her way into riches. Because, I mean, he looks like a pretty dapper individual. You know what I mean? Got the little white peacock and all that. Don't have to want for nothing. But here we are. We have the 8 of Swords. So she could be facing jail time. I could also say that that 9 of Pentacles are the individuals that are suing her. Because she made a pretty hefty pledge. So I don't know if... Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the funding. And then we have the Page of Swords here. So now she's kind of stuck in limbo. She doesn't know how to go about anything. She's kind of stuck. So and the Page of Swords is someone who is very studious. You know, they're bookworms. So she's trying to do some research, or she's trying to find ways to come up with that money. Or this is saying that she was all talk but no action. Like her words are empty. A lot of times, in the negative sense of the Page of Swords, this is someone who likes to spy, likes to gossip. You know, like I said, they put on them big girl panties, but when it actually comes down to doing what they're supposed to do, they get ghosted. So, sweet universe, can you give me some more insight here? Just in case I am being a little too harsh. I know that your word is always going to be true. And I'm doing the best that I can to follow your truth. So, what messages do you have pertaining to Amber Heard in this situation? It says, life can be hard, life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? So, honestly, I do think that this was this is a lesson that she's supposed to experience. You can't do people the way that she did him or her other victims. I'm not even going to quote it. They were victims. Now you got a piece of that. So, in saying this, if she wants to come back into the business, she's got to come correct. You can't be trying to pull wool over people's eyes. You cannot try to manipulate. You need to come in humble and express gratitude that anybody is even batting an eye at you. Because I do think that in one of my other videos, I think I said that you might see her on low budget films, like maybe even Lifetime videos, you know what I'm saying, like, or movies. I'm not for certain, but I think that she's gonna have to work her way back up if this is something that she's really wanting to pursue again. Oops. Okay. So make time to play, have fun, and be free. Because I feel like, I mean, she made the decision to move and start a new life. Then enjoy that life. But the thing is, you cannot run away from your problems. In order for you to ensure that those doors are closed, you need to be the one to go in that door and fix whatever needs to be fixed. Then that cycle is complete. Oh. Stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. And you know, and this might sound like, well, I just kind of feel like, with that being said, and if this is a current like an active thing that she's doing right now, stop trying to make it about you, sweetheart. Stop trying to make everything that you're going through about you. This is your karma. This is the result of your actions. So, you made the bed, you shat in it, lie in it, okay? So, I'm sorry. That was distasteful. Oh. Okay, well, we'll take this one too. Alright. So this one came out, and it says, take responsibility for your choices. This is your life. What did I just say? This is your life. This is your life to live. Own it. Okay? And then this one, it says, stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. So, and you know, this goes along with the movie, or not the movie, but the video that I did about the ops. You know, like I said, everybody is entitled to feel however they want. You know, even with me making my little comments, I don't have the right to judge her. I don't, and I shouldn't have. But it is what it is. I have more compassion towards those individuals that you made a mockery of. I cannot help but to not feel sorry for you. So, but like I was saying, you know, you're going to have people that are just not going to like you just because of who you are. And I feel like that's what that is. You know what I mean? So it's like at the end of the day, what can you do? You can't live life trying to please others. You just can't. So stop worrying about what people are saying about you. Because I know that even after the trial, yeah, you had a bunch of individuals talking smack. And I think that she was trying to silence them. You had this whole Amber Heard barrage or brigade trying to come and silence individuals. People going toe-to-toe with that umbrella guy. Wasn't nobody trying to hear that. The truth came out. So there was no need to try to hide anything. And I'm sorry. For those that believed that she was innocent, you already had a problem with Johnny Depp. You have a problem with anybody that are for victims of DV and SA. You got a problem. There's something wrong with you. That's my personal opinion. Because to stand up against injustice like that, or stand up for it, that's wild to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. How could I? Okay, I said I was gonna chill out. I said I was gonna chill out. One more card, please, and I'm done. All right. No one said this whole life thing was a race. It is okay to slow down. Okay, so if she is running rampant, I just feel like at this point in time, there's nothing that can be done. Don't stress yourself out about how your life is going to turn out. You've made it this far. So life is unfair to everyone, and that's why life is fair. And I just hope that this will teach her a valuable lesson. And the fact that she has a little girl that she's raising, I hope that that little girl does not turn out to be just like her. Like, just... So, I'm not for certain if I was able to answer your questions or not. But I think it may have something to do with the charities that she pledged to but never paid off. And even if she were to, because like I said, Johnny said that he did not have the intentions of taking that money. He was cool with her just, giving, I think it was just 1,000, no, so not 1,000, but $1 million. Even if that was the case, she was still going to be up shit creek just because of her attorney expenses that she had to pay. The interviews that she tried to do, the insurance companies, for... she was hit pretty hard. So it's either insurance fees or the charity pledges that she owes money for. I could be wrong. I'm not for certain, and I apologize that I am having a hard time. I'm having a hard time doing this because I just don't like the girl. I don't like her. So if you enjoyed this reading, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this reading, that's okay. I don't like her. So, yeah, feel free to drop a comment down below if you want to. You can Tell your friends about me. You can hit subscribe. What I really want you to do is this. When life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. Take care, everyone. Bye. Oh, it's still going.